So you guys wanted me to do a follow-up on my Valorant key guide and answer some of the questions you guys had, so let's get right into it. Now this is for people who have already watched my key guide and already know how to get a Valorant key, but they still have a couple of questions to ask. Now I took 10 comments that I think are either good questions or questions I didn't get to. Now let's get right into it. Now the first question I want to answer is, how do you know it's minimal of 2 hours? If you look on Valorant's news page, the latest article they have about the Valorant beta and how to receive keys says that you need roughly 2 hours of total Valorant stream time. But another thing to mention is that they write on their website that hours watched also has diminishing returns. So please don't burn yourself out on trying to marathon Valorant streams. And basically what this means is the more hours of Valorant that you watch, the higher your chance is of actually getting a key. But I'm sure once you get past a certain threshold, you're not going to get that much of a better chance. So just keep that in mind. The last thing I want to mention is that they are tracking people who marathon Valorant streams, so people who are switching from stream to stream just so they can have drops enabled. They are looking at those people, and I assume those people have just a slightly better chance of getting a key. I am not saying that I recommend this method, because when I personally received my key, I didn't watch any streams that day, and then it said 3 hours prior I received a key, so I just happened to get lucky. Hope that clears up some things. Anyways, let's move on to the next question. The next comment or question is, you do not need a League of Legends account. It doesn't have to be a League of Legends account. Now, I think you can make a straight up Riot account, but an easy way to get this all going is just Google League of Legends, and then it seriously takes like a minute to set up the account. You don't have to make an account through League of Legends, but it ties in all together. It's basically the same thing. The next question is, and if I have it like alt-tabbed and play other games, does it count? Now, personally, I had the stream playing on my other screen because I don't know how Twitch counts viewers. I don't know if just having the stream open counts you as a viewer. Now, if you had a phone or something like that, you could just have the stream play on your phone and just charge your phone. You wouldn't have to even worry about it. Now, I have 2 monitors, so luckily I just had it playing on my one screen while I did work or whatever on the other screen. I think you have to have it playing for this to count. I could be totally wrong, but for me, I had it playing the entire time I was trying to get the key. Now, I have 2 pretty good questions here. The first one is, if there are more viewers watching the same stream as you, is the chance of you getting a key smaller? The answer is no, because everyone watching any Valorant stream has the same chance of getting a key. The reason I recommended those top streamers with the most viewers is because they tend to do the 24-hour streams, the 10-hour streams. It seems like they're live way more often. For example, Myth, Summit, and XQC, they seemed like they were live all the time the last couple days, compared to some other streams that were live here and there. They were live every day for a number of hours, and so they seem like they're the most reliable. The next question is, can I watch with the smartphone? So do hours from your phone count? Yes, the hours from your phone do count because you are actively watching the stream. So like I said, if you only have one screen and you want to play games or something, charge your phone, turn on a stream, and don't worry about it. So the next question is, how do you get your Twitch stream with drops enabled? Now, if you mean enabling drops in your account so you can get a key, make sure to check out my guide that's in the description so you can check out all the steps on how to set up drops in your account. Now, if you mean you're a streamer and you want drops enabled on your stream so that when people come to watch you, then they'll be able to get a key from you. Sadly, you probably don't have this option unless you're in the top 1% or 2% of streamers or whatever, because the developers handpicked all these streamers to have drops enabled so they can promote their game pretty much. That's how it works. So me, if I went live on Twitch, I would not have this option. And if you do have the option, you'll probably be able to see it. If you go to your drops menu, there'll be available campaigns and Valorant will be one of them. Now, I could totally be wrong on all this because I don't have access to drop keys for people. Comment down below if you are a big streamer, is this true? I would like to know. Anyways, let's move on to the next question. The next question is about the 2-hour minimum roughly that you have to watch, and it is, do the 2 hours have to be in one session, one sitting? The answer is no, it's total view time. So if you watched an hour of Summit 1G, had to go somewhere, you had to turn off the computer, and then like later you watch 3 hours of XQC, you would definitely be eligible to get the key. Okay, next question is basically, do you have to stay on the stream constantly to have a chance, or can it be one session and then another session? And the answer is that it can be segmented. You can watch for 1 hour a day and then 10 hours the next day. In total, you'd have 11 hours, right? So you don't have to sit on the stream for 24 hours straight. So yeah, don't worry if you can't just keep your stuff running forever. Okay, so the next question is about how to get drops. And this guy is having a problem saying that he's getting a notification from Twitch saying that he should enable drops, or he needs to enable drops if he wants to get Valorant. On his account, he's already connected. Now, what I would suggest is go to my guide, make sure that your Riot account is linked with your Twitch and that the drops are checked enabled. What I would say is going on is either something is wrong with Twitch, or maybe your Riot account isn't linked and you're trying to get a drop on Valorant and Twitch is trying to let you know that something isn't linked up and you need to go back to your settings and change that. Now, I could be totally wrong, but if you did follow the guide and everything is right, what I would actually try to do is log out of Twitch and log back in. And if for some reason you're still getting these errors, I would definitely contact support because that is something they can fix for you. All right, now the next question is kind of controversial. It is, can I open a Valorant stream, then minimize it, and those hours while it's minimized count towards my total view time? Or do I have to leave it open on the screen? Now, personally, what I did is, since I have two monitors, like I said, I left it open on the screen playing. I think it has to actually be playing, and if you minimize it, it's going to pause it. Now, I could be totally wrong, and maybe you just have to sit in the chat without actually watching the stream, but I don't know if that makes you count as a viewer. I don't really know how all that works. If you are in this situation where you're kind of debating on, okay, should I have this open or whatever, I would just open it on your phone and you should be good to go. Now, the last comment I want to go over is someone was talking about how the extra hours past like the 2 hour, 3 hour mark don't actually count towards your chances of getting a key. Now, on the Valorant post, they said that they have diminishing results, so I have to disagree, but I think this guy is kind of going the direction saying, like, you know, if you have 200 hours worth of Valorant stream watching, then that's not really gonna make any difference. And I can see how he's kind of on the right path, but I do have to say that having more hours watched on Valorant does kind of like bump you up on the list, and I think it increases your chances very slightly, but it's nothing to be crazy excited about. I would say like a good cap is 20 hours. Like anything past 20 hours is probably too much, and even 10 hours is probably good. But you need at least 2 to 3 hours to be eligible, and adding a few extra hours will increase your chances, but not by that much. All right, guys, I hope this video helps answer some of your questions. I was recording this, and then I kind of went and refreshed the page a couple times to get all the comments that I could that I either didn't answer or seemed like decent questions. But anyways, guys, make sure to leave a like. Don't forget to subscribe. I'll see you in the next one. Have a good one. Peace.